Hello. Welcome to something a little bit different. I have once again brought a Mr. Egg with me, but today I'm not forcing him to guess random anime things. Today we're doing something a little bit different.
Thank God.
Yeah, give him a break for a bit.
Yeah,
Also,
let's give me a break. I was gonna
while
crack
we're on
a
it,
breach.
thank you for putting us over 500 subscribers. We appreciate that. So this is inspired somewhat by Build a Roster, some part by some TikToks I saw. Basically, we're both going to submit one entry. Like at the same time, we're both going to reveal an entry. We've both made our own lists to a fighting game roster. And then between the two of us, each round we have to pick one to go through, and then at the end we might pick like two from each side because we have a theme, of course. But we might pick a couple from each side of the leftovers to be our like quote-unquote DLC. Our theme, considering certain announcements recently, it's probably not going to happen. But we figured if we start this sort of thing, there's only one place really to start this sort of thing, and it is Marvel vs. Capcom.
We have a history with this franchise.
Yeah, kind
Those
of.
who don't know, we go way back, and this was the main game we played.
This is kind of how we started talking to each other. Was us playing Marvel, doing sets in Marvel 3
Yeah. And for
at
context,
a video game society.
I think we were like the first two to interact in that society as well. No one was like interacting where it went, hey, you want to play Marvel? Sure, why not?
Yeah, it was a quiet day, and so someone was just like, someone else put Marvel on, and then we were like, oh hell yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, hell yeah, let's do this shit.
Now it's Marvel. But obviously with Tokon coming out, it's probably not going to be an actual Marvel versus Capcom 4 anytime soon, although you can definitely see there is some inspiration on Oxys's side from the Marvel series. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to build our roster. So we've decided to start on the Capcom side. And I guess just a count-in, I guess, and then we reveal the first one?
Okay.
Okay, who wants
I
to...
think we did the same one for the first slot.
I thought we were going to, and then I'm like, no, I'm changing this, because
Oh,
I don't want to do the obvious thing.
Okay.
So do you want to do the countdown?
Thing is my number one. I'll do the countdown. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, that's what.
Of course we did.
That's
this.
exactly what I thought this first round was going to be.
Look.
For the sake of the audience, I am on the left. Dan's picks are on the right.
It has to be Ryu.
But he's in everything, and I honestly,
That's the point.
I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that interesting, and I don't think he's that important to the series anymore.
But he doesn't have to be. Is the point? I think. I think Ken is less important to the plot. Let's be fair.
To the plot, but like every time we do a crossover now, it's always Ken. In the Marvel game, in like previous Marvel games, yeah, Ryu's been in more of them, but Ken is always the more interesting one.
I'm gonna offer a counterpoint to that, and that's that it was Ken because they got Terry. Like, Ken and Terry make sense because you would have it be Ryu and Kyo, for instance, or Ryu and... Honestly, you could argue for Iori in the crossover department, depending on evil or good Ryu.
Fair. I still think, just, like, if we're talking, like, Dream Roster, I want characters that are more mechanically interesting. And even if you had, like, Denjin mode, some of the special Hadoukens that were in, like, Marvel 3, I don't think Ryu can be that interesting.
But here's what I'm thinking. You do Kage as an install. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, we had Satsuhito Hado, Sakura in Marvel 2.
Yeah, like, I mean, let him have the ability to have basically his own devil trigger, because, like,
well, that's basically what Denjin mode. That's basically what Denjin mode is. It's basically the good guy version of it.
Yeah, but like, we don't get to do evil Ryu as just evil Ryu. It always has to be a caveat. It's either its own. No, it's not Oni because that was a Kuma, but you know what I mean. Or it's Kage, or it's something else. I just really want to go back to old school evil Ryu.
My counter argument: we could also just do Violent Ken. He is canon.
My counter argument is, who cares about Violent Ken?
Nobody, comparatively,
Precisely.
but like, honestly, how many people actually care about Evil Ryu?
Probably a lot more than Violent Ken, let's be real.
Yeah, but that's by proxy of Violent Ken was only in one game, actually. Like, it was a thing that was theorized multiple times, but only actually got put into one game.
it would just feel weird to not include Ryu. Like, you know?
That's what makes it interesting, though.
But it doesn't make it interesting to have literally the easiest to play character and a good introduction to fighting games not in the roster.
I argue Ken is easier.
I argue he isn't.
Because you can actually do... I think the only thing that makes Ken harder is you actually have to be able to do DPs. Because he has more out of Shoryukens than Ryu does.
Are we seriously considering getting rid of Mr. Capcom right off the bat? Is that what we're arguing?
I don't know about you, but I don't see Captain Commander.
I know about you, but I don't think they care about Captain Commando.
No, neither do I, which is why he's probably not appearing.
No, he wasn't even in my considerations, unfortunately.
My thought was quite literally, oh, I could do with Capcom. Wait, no one remembers who Capcom is.
Well, I mean, I remember Capcom. I played Capcom.
It's like Capcom doesn't care about Capcom.
Shout out to the mod vs. Capcom 3 mod that adds it in, by the way.
Just those mods seem amazing. I really need to pick it up on PC.
You do, because we will stream that at some point. I fucking promise you.
Possibly. Probably. I don't know.
Probably.
But we need to actually settle on this because we're already like
I
7 minutes in.
I can't. Ryu is Ryu, man.
Yes.
You know?
He has been in all of them. We can give him a break.
Okay, so here's my caveat. I didn't pick Chun-Li.
Neither did I.
Someone else picked Chun-Li.
Same.
So I feel like we can have one newcomer and then Ryu.
I mean, Ken has been here before.
Yeah, but like Ken hasn't been in like Marvel vs. Capcom aside from 1, right? No, he's in 2. He's in 2.
Yeah, he's in MVC 2.
I don't want to get rid of Ryu. That just feels weird.
I feel like
right.
I'm not convincing you here.
No, you're not convincing me. Like, unfortunately,
that is a shame, but I guess I have to take the L on the first one.
I feel like you need Ryu in a Capcom fighting game. Ken could definitely come in DLC. Like, I'm not gonna argue against that. That'd be cool.
Well, we will get to the DLC later. I am ready with my next one.
Alright, hang on. I need to get my pick up. Okay, I am also ready.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, now.
Go.
Oh god, I've got Jury on my list later.
Okay.
So I'm fine with Jury, don't get me wrong, but like we need Morrigan.
Again, Morrigan's one of those where she's been in all of them, and I kind of want to leave her out.
Then here's the
not to give spoilers, but yeah, she's not on my list.
Oh no, not my child, not my Darkstalkers, no.
Honestly, Morrigan is a strong contender for the DLC list.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing: if I have one Jury in the roster, I'm not going to debate that. But I don't know who your 10th is. So if I accept Jury now, I'm stuck with
we can circle back to that. We can circle back to it when we get to it. But for now,
okay. Tell you what, if we do Jury, I'll circle back to Morrigan in slot 10. How about that?
Yeah, okay. We can bring it back.
In.
Okay,
Jury's in. We both agree on Jury.
We both agree on Jury. Jury is in.
I will still post the Jury picture so you know where she was in my list, but
she is legitimately one of the most fan favorite Street Fighter characters now. Like,
I made this argument to my dad. He was like, I don't know who this is. Said, this is literally the new face of Street Fighter.
Pretty much,
She's been in literally 3 installments, back to back to back. Wait,
4 if you include Cross Tekken.
No, I just mean like the numbered entries.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm being.
But like, that's actually really difficult to do because like go through the roster for Street Fighter V, for instance. Oro's in 2 games, not back to back. Seth is back in 2. And he's the main villain.
Yeah, he was the main villain in 4. He doesn't show up until the last season DLC in 5.
See, Viper had a break in between their stints. Rufus hasn't shown up in 4.
Because nobody liked Rufus.
I liked Rufus. He was fun to play.
Yeah, he was fun to play. That is it.
Yeah, like Jury should be in the roster. If you're picking anyone of the new roster, I understand people are going to go, there should be a Street Fighter 6 threat.
Like,
I think Jury represents all that era.
Characters come and go from series a lot, so when you see like new characters become staples, I don't think a character is harder to become a staple than Jury.
That is very fair.
Right.
Alright, Jury's in.
Jury's in.
Ryu and Jury. Alright, man's ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, now.
I had to keep okay, so he was on my long list. He didn't make it into my full list, unfortunately.
So Strider's also on my list.
Okay.
I can't sacrifice Wesker. I just can't. I'm sorry. I literally can't.
Because Strider is on later, I'm happy to give you Wesker.
Thank you. Wesker is my favorite.
Wesker was fully on my long list. Wesker is very fun.
So Wesker was the absolute first name that came to my head because I love him in 3. The fact he's not in Infinite is bullshit.
Yeah.
And like, come on, it's Wesker. I'd argue that with the fact he's in Dead by Daylight now as well, he's arguably the face of the darn franchise. And honestly, the best villain ever written by Capcom.
So little, like, again, there are asterisks to this, but I went into it trying to only do 2 per series, and I had already done 2 Resident Evil characters, so...
Oh, fair. Like, I'll tell you this now. There was 2 picks that are not here. And Chris was not in my long list. I love Chris. I think I played every Resident Evil character in MVC3. But
yeah,
Chris
because
didn't make my list.
you were playing a lot of...
I played Nemesis.
Nemesis, yeah.
Nemesis is not in my 20.
That is fair.
I wanted him to be, but I just couldn't afford it. And like, if I have to bat for any Resident Evil character, it's Wesker.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, he needs to come back. All right, I've got my 4th pick.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, now.
So
I can't. Oh god.
So Lady Dimitrescu is my like I'm replacing Nemesis for this character. This is my big like hulking representation. However, and yes, this is a spoiler, I don't actually have... Like, I have a character that's in a Mega Man game, but I don't have a Mega Man, so...
I feel like we needed one Mega Man. It was, like, kind of the thing I was on about.
I figured you'd put one in. I have no attachment whatsoever to that series, so...
I don't think you have attachment to either of these series.
Yeah, I have basically no attachment to Resident Evil, but I have even less attachment to... Yeah.
So,
the Mega Man
games. I feel like I should give context. I'm the biggest Resident Evil fan on this planet. I have every single game but the Game Boy Color one. I have the chainsaw controller and everything.
I tried playing Resident Evil 1 and couldn't get anywhere.
I love Resi. It's the one horror franchise I love without hesitation. I do not like Silent Hills much.
I played a bit of Survivor, but then realized you have to play it all the way through, and I haven't gotten a opportunity to play through the whole thing, and currently don't have a way to because you need either a CRT. Someone is working on a light gun that works for modern TVs.
It's been released.
Oh, is it out? Okay, I need to look into it.
Yes, because I saw someone make a custom cabinet with 2 of those guns. I also need to look into the emulation.
I need to look into it because I miss playing Point Blank so fucking much.
You know what game I miss? Ghost Squad.
That game is very fun as well.
And also Dead Storm Pirates. Fun fact, you can play that on a modern TV because it's on Time Crisis Raging Burst on PS3. It has Dead Storm Pirates. I bought it just for Dead Storm Pirates.
Fair. Wait, we're getting tangented though.
Here we are, but like it's great. My argument for X is simple. Mega Man Classic, I feel, is so far behind, and Capcom themselves don't care about it. So we pass on that.
Yes.
Zero broke the game multiple times. I feel like he could have his own meta in 3, and we're fine with that.
I very much agreed with the guy that does build a roster. He saved Zero for DLC.
Yeah.
Because he breaks the game.
Precisely. I don't think Zero should be base roster. Because if Zero is base roster, I just the wires get cropped too easy.
Just get rid of that one super, honestly. But...
I think X is easy to learn. I think he's a simple character. I think he's a good representation of Mega Man. And honestly, we have the ability just to do all the colors. There's options for alternative costumes. And I like him. I like X.
I see your argument and raise you, big woman.
I raise you. I don't like the Dimitrescu.
That's fair. This is very much a I know memes pick, and I feel like she probably would fit as like your fully just like replacing Nemesis. You get rid of the projectiles from the rocket launcher, and I think instead have like assists with the daughters, but still like having grapples and stuff.
Oh god, I feel like Demetress could be DLC. I do. See, I feel like she's more of a meme than she's a character at this point. Like, I feel like
That
after the
honestly
initial
is
first
kind
period,
of my
stop.
concern. Yeah.
Which is why I don't enjoy Demetress, because honestly, I played Village. I didn't like the boss fight.
I fully went into this knowing that you were gonna be putting the Mega Man representative in, so I'm fine you putting X in here.
That's fair. To be fair, I might pick Demetress as DLC.
That is fair.
Because I feel like she's a good DLC character, but base roster, I'm not sold.
Okay. Do you want to do?
Pick 5.
Yep.
I'll be surprised if this one's not on both of our lists.
Okay.
I don't think it will be, but I'll be surprised. In 3, 2, 1, now.
Yeah.
Oh no! He's in my honorable mentions! Oh no!
So my Resident Evil picks were fully going, okay, what do Resident Evil fans like?
Leon.
It's
Leon.
it's Big Woman and Leon fucking Kennedy.
Yeah, I got. Oh god. Oh,
You are
God,
right.
this is like-
I didn't put Frank. I considered Frank West, but I did not put him in.
Oh, there's an argument for getting rid of Frank. There really is. Because, okay, look.
His mechanic is so
Leon.
interesting, but
It is.
Leon.
Okay. With the remaster as well, I was like, okay, we add new moves, we add the Molotov from Paul Carson, we add the mini chainsaws from Adam McIntyre. Like, we have things we can do.
yeah,
But I can't deny on Leon.
Leon, goddamn fucking Kennedy.
My other rep is from Resident Evil 2 and 4 as well.
That's fair.
God.
I
still think she might make the cut too.
To keep bringing up the the builder roster thing, because this was fully like it was me watching that and that made me think of doing this. They had Ashley or whatever her name is as like a part of Leon's kit. So.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah.
I saw it I literally saw it about 20 minutes ago to refresh my memory.
That is fair.
Right.
I am ready for 6.
Oh god, we haven't picked.
I thought we said Leon. I'm here for Leon.
Frank, I'm sorry. I love you, Dead Rising. You are my second child, but I'm gonna pick Leon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's like
I'm sorry.
Frank's whole thing is just having an interesting mechanic to me, and I think we can do without that. Especially as I've got some more interesting mechanics later.
Oh, I feel like one of my other characters ain't making the cut because of interesting mechanics, but we'll see.
Okay.
Alright. Are you ready?
Yep.
Pick 6. 3, 2, 1, now. Amaterasu a lot later in my list, I'll tell you that for free.
We haven't quite got to my Devil May Cry section, and Dante isn't on my list.
Is it Virgil and Nero?
It's yeah. Well,
I just specifically did not pick Virgil.
yeah, because you knew I was gonna pick Virgil, because I'm the Virgil player.
No, because here's the argument. If you don't include Zero, you shouldn't include Virgil, because both break the game. I don't think you have one without the other.
So Virgil only breaks the game because he was the last character added and they never patched it. You can make a balanced version of Virgil.
You shouldn't, though. It's Virgil.
Oh, I'm not saying you should. I love my broken baby, but I like Virgil too much to not include him in this list.
Is this the pick that you considered timely because the sequel was announced?
This is one of them, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I have one pick that was also timely because a new game in their franchise is announced, and I will bat for them.
I do have another one that's a sort of more timely pick, but yeah.
Okay. I feel like I can let Amaterasu come because we could just do Dante as free DLC, because that free game now does like one character free DLC.
Honestly, I would be good with that. But yeah, so Amaterasu being
like,
pick 6.
Yeah, I feel like a free character shouldn't be one which you want, but you don't want to pay for.
Yes.
Like Dante
so,
is that.
like, very much the returning characters as a free DLC is a good.
Yeah, the funny thing is, on pick 17, I have Amaterasu myself.
Okay, that's
so
good. That'll be interesting.
I might come back to Dante.
We can come back to things as we get our double ups.
Right. Okay, so I've got to go back to Morrigan and Dante, but we'll see what happens. Amaterasu, you made the cut somehow.
Yep, pick 7.
Right. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, now.
Yeah,
I knew you'd pick fucking Jada. I called it.
Yeah, Phoenix Wright is on my list later. So
you know what? I'm okay with Jada.
Jeddah.
because we got Phoenix right there. No, I mispronounced it on purpose.
That's fair.
It should be Jada. It just should be.
It depends on the origin.
There's an argument for Gita as well, I would argue.
Or Yeda.
Yeah. The argument is the game he debuted in, they batted for him so much and it undersold.
Yes.
And I do think Jada deserves a game.
He is one of those that's very interesting mechanically, but yeah, Infinite sucks, so.
We might end up with 3 Darkstalkers reps, ironically, because I feel like my second Darkstalkers rep is too good not to include.
My second might get left out, but I'm okay with
it. We might have to say 1.
I don't know.
We actually might. No, I feel we might have to say 1. I've got the feeling.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
We'll come back to Phoenix on yours. Jada, you're in.
Okay.
I'm happy with that. All right, pick 8.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Damn.
So here's the thing. If you let Strider now, we get to talk Nero next. Because I think Nero's my next pick.
That's okay. That's gonna make the next one very interesting.
Is it reversed?
No, because we've already had my Strider. I have to put Strider in.
Yeah, no, Strider, I agree with you.
I am not an amazing Strider player, but God, do I love playing Strider.
He's a veteran. He's a vet. He needs to be in.
So yeah, Strider's in. I'm not even making an argument. I already hate what's about to happen.
Okay, let's just go to straight away. 3, 2, 1, go. I told you. Oh, no! No, I'm not allowing Virgil. No, fuck off. It's not happening.
So here's the thing, because at this point I feel like we're only going to be getting one DMC rep in...
No, we can do DLC.
Like, in base roster.
Oh yeah, we are.
And if we're only getting one, I think it would have to be Nero.
I think it has to be Nero.
As much as I love Virgil, and I want to, like, sit here and argue, no, I want my baby, but if we're only getting the one...
It's the glow up.
Yeah.
Nero got such a good change.
Quite literally went from one of the most annoying characters to one of the most beloved characters.
Genuinely a fun character. Fun to watch, fun to play, fun to just... DMC5 is just great. Let's just be real. But like, God, did they do Nero great. And I genuinely...
Like, I am fine with this. I have made pace with this.
Alright, Nero, you're in, I guess. Sorry, Virgil.
I am here for number 10.
Alright, I'm here for number 10 in 3, 2, 1. So circling back to Morrigan real quick.
But also circling back to Phoenix Wright real quick.
God! No!
I think we can do without Morrigan for a game. Or, like, we were saying about Dante being a free DLC because he's been in everything else. I think Morrigan could be that free DLC for...
I mean, how many seasons are we doing?
So I was just going to do the 2, like, DLC characters, but if we're saying, the free one on top of those 2, I think saying Dante and Morrigan isn't a bad pick for those 2.
Yeah, so we do 2 seasons, basically.
Well, so it's just, like, we do the 2 free ones and then, like, 1 free one from each side and then 2 others from each side. Like, 2 other characters from each side.
But then one of them's going to be paid.
I mean, yeah, like, no, so, like, the free, like, 3 DLC characters each side, the first one of it, like, one of which being free and then the other 2 being paid.
Yeah, fair.
And again, we're using the term DLC kind of loosely here anyway.
Yeah, oh, God.
This is hypothetical. If we were really saying it's Dream Roster, everything's free, but...
If we're agreeing Morrigan is free DLC, because I just feel like she should be in this game... I just do. She's the face of Darkstalkers, arguably.
Kinda, yeah, but...
I mean, to be fair, I argued that actually goes to Dimitri, but that's not the point. Yeah.
Phoenix is just, again, mechanically, so much fun.
It feels weird losing Frank and gaining Phoenix. It just feels weird. But I can't deny how they did Phoenix is really good.
Yeah, and I'd love to see that come back in another way.
Go on, Phoenix, you're in.
Alright, good.
We both batted for Phoenix earlier. So
yeah. Now for one of my weirdo picks.
Time for my other Resident Evil pick, and it's not Leon.
Okay.
This will be fun. 3, 2, 1, go.
Huh.
Okay, so I have a very strong argument for Ada, right? There is no one technically in the Resident Evil roster that in-universe does aerial combat, right? Wesker does a lot in MVC, and you could argue, yeah, he probably could do that, but he doesn't. Ada literally has a grapple. She literally is used to having to fight whilst doing a bunch of upwards projection. So I genuinely think that if we anyone who could do flippy dippy gun shit on the Capcom side, I think Ada's the best pick. For just being able to logistically do air combos.
I think Marvel vs. Capcom should have a Marvel vs. Capcom rep in its game. I like the plan.
I mean, technically speaking, if new characters are going to be paid DLC, I think Ada can come back as that, because I feel like Rezi should have one DLC character minimum.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm okay with a Mingo.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
It was between a Mingo and Ruby Heart for this slot because I was like, I want to put one of these two back, and I went with a Mingo because.
Honestly, a Mingo could be paid DLC. I genuinely think people would pay for a Mingo.
I agree.
Do it.
I agree,
so
people would.
These work,
but I'm saying we put a Mingo in the base roster because I have that power.
Okay, here's the thing. You allowed Wesker.
Yeah.
I will allow Amigo. I will do the concession because the one Capcom character I literally was going to refuse to cut from the roster.
That is fair.
Got in. Out of this entire 20, Wesker was my hardest man. I would die on that hill.
That is fair.
Because he's Wesker. Like, it's me.
Wesker is
Amigo, you're in the
also.
club.
Yep. Welcome in, Amingo. You beautiful cactus you.
So, my pick is entirely based on what's upcoming, but I had to pick this character.
Okay.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no! Don't do this to me.
Is that the guy from the old Onimusha game?
Yes, because the new one's coming out.
I have the new guy in later.
I just feel like having the historical entry makes sense.
But as Zora.
Oh yeah. So my argument was going to be, one, I am the biggest fan of Onimusha on the planet. I own every single game.
I know. I honestly know very little about it. I think the new game looks cool because it's samurai shit. But
so basically, take old Resident Evil, tank controls and everything, but do it in feudal Japan with like demons and shit. It is genuinely an amazing thing. Oh, and I had Jean Reno from Godzilla. Of course.
Okay.
3 is a fever trip. 3 is great.
Okay.
And to be fair, we might get a remaster because Jean Reno's agent said he would be more than happy to come back to reprise the role.
Okay.
Please, Capcom, I will buy it. I will buy it every day of the week. Yeah, I had to include at least one Onimusha rep. Like, this franchise gets so little love. The fact it's getting a new game makes me so happy.
Right.
Legitimately. When they announced it, I actually cried. Legitimately.
Okay.
As a fan. But yeah, I will gladly, because I feel like my later picks I can concede on for an Onimusha character. Sure is fine.
Okay, so Zora gets in.
Yeah, but before we go to the next pick, I want to say there was a few. I did have a few names for the Onimusha reference. I considered Gargant, I considered Pig Demon, Marcellius was an option, Oda himself. There's a guy with a really long name. Anyone who's played Onimusha Blade Warriors, you'll know it. He's the demon. Galganitis, I think his name is. I can never remember it because it's that long. He was also a consideration, but yeah.
Right.
Only one can make it, and there was Sanosuke. That's my choice. For sure is making the cut. Pick 13.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
So here's a fun fact. That's my next character.
Okay.
I told you we'd have the same thought.
Yeah. I fully left Spencer out because I don't need any more bionic arm. I play Spencer. I don't think he needs to be here anymore. He's not important. And I will accept the fact that you've said that BB Hunt is your next character. I think my next character might be more interesting. I don't know if anyone wants it. I'm sure some people do. But
you know what? Just to guarantee BB Hood, I'm not even arguing for Spencer.
Okay. So BB Hood makes it in for 13.
Yeah, as I looked at the Darkstalkers roster and I literally looked, I was like, there's only one character here that's gonna be really fun to play, and that's BB Hood Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought about what my team would be. I was like, these two are my team. Alright, pick 14. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I've put
Is that the guy from God Hand?
Yeah, that's the guy from God Hand.
So fun fact, I own God Hand on PlayStation 2. I own this game.
Yeah, every time I see, I did not know about this game, and then every time I see clips of this game, I'm like, this seems like the funniest shit.
Oh, it's great. Have you seen the Power Rangers parody?
Possibly. I've seen bits and pieces all over. Like, just adding the roulette mechanic thing as a mechanic would be so much fun.
You know what? BB Hood already made it. I'm not arguing for Spencer. I wanted Spencer just for, like... I wanted to try and include as many franchises as I can.
I mean,
can live without Commando.
God I feel like less people know God had than Bionic Piano, but it's a lot more.
I don't agree with that.
I think,
don't agree with that.
Just because, like, the original Bionic Commando was, like, an arcade classic, so people might know it just by that extension. That's what I mean, but, like, I definitely think God Hand has the bigger cult following.
So, I think more people know God Hand in this modern era, and I feel like more people know Bionic Commando for the NES title than the arcade. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
That's how I know it, at least.
I am ready for 15.
I'm also ready for 15. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh wow, you're ready for mine this time.
Again, I didn't include Arthur. I think he's had his time.
I wanted to try and make sure some veterans got in. I didn't have any other reps from, like, the golden age of, like, the NES era. Like, I know I had freaking Mega Man. I know I had Spencer, but, like, those versions are specifically PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Or 360. So, you know, I wanted to have one rep of it.
Trombone is the closest thing I get to a Mega Man rep.
Yeah, you know what? I'm okay. Wait, did we put X in the game?
I think we put X in.
Yeah, you know what? Mega Man gets 2 reps.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. Yeah.
It makes pick number 16 kind of funny, though.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Cody was in my honorable mentions.
Yeah, because, you know, technically Final Fight. Ignore my next pick.
Did you also pick Firebrand?
No, I didn't. I hate Firebrand. Firebrand is the one character in Ultimate Marvel 3 I refuse to learn.
There's, like, okay, my argument for... I wouldn't regularly have put Firebrand here, but I feel like if you have Arthur, you need Firebrand.
We don't have Arthur, though.
If you don't have Arthur, I'm okay with Cody.
Yeah, let's get Cody. I think because Cody's great, a great excuse for having multiple skins as well, which is always a plus.
I have one condition, though.
Okay.
One of the skins is Kenny Omega.
Oh yeah, definitely. No question.
Okay, cool.
My next one could have the same condition, honestly.
So we need to circle back real quick because mine is one we've already put.
Okay, well we'll get to that in a sec.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Could I not interest you in Dante over Alex?
You might actually.
I feel like Dante might make the cut.
So I put Alex in because I realized I hadn't put any grapplers in.
Oh, I didn't put a single grappler. I don't care about grapple characters.
And so I'm just like, I need to flesh out the roster a little bit, so I put Alex in. But yeah, I'm fine putting Dante here.
Okay, cool. Dante made the cut. And to be fair, we could add grapple elements to characters. I know the Build a Roster guy put Nero as a grappler. I love that idea.
Yeah, I would imagine he has some, just because they want.
Wesker could have some grabs, because he can charge with the Ouroboros.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like we'll be without grapples.
Like Azora probably could have some. Like, we could definitely put some in, but...
Yeah, I just don't think we need a dedicated grappler in an aerial-based fighter.
No,
It's like I don't play Zangief in 2 for the same reason. Like, I just don't think he's needed.
Yeah, Zangief was one of the other ones I considered, and I'm like, I just think Alex is more interesting than Gief.
Alright. So, I'm gonna have to explain my pick, because I picked a person to represent, but the person it represents doesn't have, like, an appearance in the game. It'll make sense when I explain it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Monster Hunter.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with Monster Hunter.
That's Mary, for reference.
Right, but you just want, like, the Monster Hunter as...
Yes. I felt like most of the Monster Hunters follow the same formula, right? It's a Monster Hunter.
As far as I can tell.
No matter what named character you pick, you could just give those moves to Monster Hunter. So let's just pick a named Monster Hunter instead and put them in the game as Monster Hunter.
I would say, yeah, like, Infinite just had a Monster Hunter, so we could just have a Monster
Nice.
like.
That's what I mean. Like, and to be fair, that character is very well received.
Yes, like that is another one that I'm fine taking that one. Like I like Beautiful Joe. I put Beautiful Joe in because I like him, but I wasn't here to like I wasn't gonna argue hard for Joe. Let's put it that way.
That's fair. I'm more than happy having Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so we'll get.
I'm not a Monster Hunter guy, but I have to acknowledge the sales records.
Yeah,
like,
same. So Monster Hunter gets it.
That was cool. We made the cut. Congratulations, Mary. You made it. Pick 19.
Yep, second to last, penultimate Capcom pick.
So I feel like either you are going to argue yes to this, or your character's just going straight in.
We'll see, because my last two are a bit. I mean, this one you'll like at least.
My 20th pick, I think, is going to be good. But this one's filler.
My 20th is me being technical about a thing, but we'll get to it.
Fair enough. 3, 2, 1, go. Rival schools, baby!
I couldn't pick a rival schools rep. I couldn't decide.
Onimusha makes the cut. Just straight up.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Yeah, so that is.
What is the name of the new prototype?
It's Miyamoto Musashi.
Oh, so it actually is just Musashi.
Yeah.
Okay, like the actual historical figure, Miyamoto Musashi.
Apparently.
Who has been in the game previously. Yeah, he's in the game. He's in quite a few of the things too. He's in the animes and the manga.
That's fair. But yeah, so we're putting him in?
Yeah. Onimusha's getting in.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to pay lip service to rival schools, honestly.
Yeah. I wanted to put a rival. I sat there and went like, okay, but who? And I could not settle on someone, so I did not end up putting a rival schools character in, which is a shame.
Yeah, it was like I considered Tiffany. I did consider Tiffany, but I was like, okay, my 20th is a newcomer, and I actually do think this character should get one time in the modern era.
I don't think mine would happen, but I'd be so happy about it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Capcom developed the PlayStation 2 Golden Wind game, so I could technically put Jono in here.
My argument is Red Earth is completely underrated, no matter how many times people play the damn thing.
Yeah, maybe it should have another rep that isn't Capcom Fighting Evolution.
Yeah, like, legitimately, I just feel like all the characters from Wizward or Red Earth, whichever you call it, because both are valid, should have one time in the sun.
But I would...
Four protagonists.
I would also just look, because we've seen Capcom make, like, they did Heritage of a Future and, like, the fighting game, so they can make a stand fighter, and I'd love to see how they did Jono.
That's fair. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like, again, I fully put this one in, like, I do not expect to win 20, but it's a fun pick.
That's fair.
But yeah, we'll take the guy from Red Earth.
Leo, welcome to the roster. You finally get a placement.
So that is our 20 Capcom characters.
Yeah, I had 6 honorable mentions. I'm going to post the pictures here if you want to include them in the video, and I can explain them to them. But one of them made the cut. 2 of them made the cut, actually.
Okay.
Leon and Cody both made the cut.
Yeah, Leon and Cody made it in. I considered Felicia, but again, I had already hit my 2. Seth, I think, actually, Seth is a good argument for last DLC, just because of what I would want to do the copy mechanic again.
Yeah,
and
I like the tandem engine.
If we're doing the copy mechanic, it has to be the last thing.
Yeah, like, my argument for the other Darkstalker was like, well, John Talbane's just fun, and I went back to play the MVC modded one, and they did mod in John Talbane, and he is really fun. But, like, can I really deny Deadpool BB Hood? Can I really deny that combination of characters?
We might, because we don't have a Deadpool yet.
Oh, wait till the Marvel section.
I mean, that was supposed to be me trying to transition into us doing the Marvel section.
Oh, great. Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, segues.
Right. Are we doing the Marvel section?
Let's go for it.
So, I do apologize in advance. All the artwork is by one artist, aside from my last character, which is a vanity pick. Alright, I got my first character ready.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, I had a feeling this was going to be art first as well. I knew what the first picks were going to be in both instances.
It has to be Spider-Man!
It has to be Spider-Man, and I argue it should be Miles.
And I argue it should be Peter.
Yep.
Like, oh god. Miles could be the DLC. He could be the free DLC.
No, I think I would argue doing it the other way around.
Also, yes, most of the art is Peach Momoko. I'm a nerd. Shut up.
It's good art, to be fair.
It is. Honestly, it was part of a mini challenge to see if all of it is Peach Momoko. Turns out it really wasn't that hard, surprisingly. Yeah, I think if we do free DLC, I think the funny thing you do is you make Morrigan and Spider-Man the DLC because the theory they had a relationship.
Yeah.
So I think let's fuel that fire.
That is fair.
Miles, you make the cut.
Hell yeah.
Alright, pick number 2.
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, now. Doom is in later in my list.
Laura was one of the ones I cut. I
didn't want Wolverine, so I kept Laura.
I still don't have Wolverine.
Fair. It's like, my argument for this is simple. Wolverine's been in a lot of the titles, and I respect it, but the direction in which Marvel wants to go is towards X-23.
Yeah.
And I do like X-23.
Laura, she is Wolverine.
She is now Wolverine, yes. So, I feel like if we want to evolve the franchise to the modern day, we should replace some of the older veterans with the newer counterparts.
I will say that was my philosophy for a lot of this. That's why I put Miles in. So I'm totally good with having Laura. Like, she will fit with some of mine very well.
I appreciate that because Doom is on my list. Doom is not going to be forgotten.
Yeah, I'm worried where Doom will end up being.
He's early. He's early on.
Because of that's my concern. But yeah, we'll have Laura here.
All right. Well, Doom could always be free DLC. So
yeah.
All right. Pick number 3.
Yep, this is the one I had to go get real quick, but we got there.
If it's the same character, I'm going to piss myself. 3,
I doubt
2, 1, go.
Deadpool. No, Squirrel Girl. I don't have a Deadpool. I have a pool, but not a Deadpool.
I don't have a Squirrel Girl, so this is interesting.
Yeah, I have a different character to fill the Deadpool role, but...
Did you pick Gwenpool?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I want to, like, fourth wall breaking is one thing. I want to know where, like, because Deadpool's power isn't fourth wall breaking. He just can break the fourth wall. Gwen's power is actually to break the fourth wall, so...
I feel like you have to do Deadpool, though.
I think you don't have to do both. If the LEGO games have taught us anything, you do not have to do both.
If the LEGO games taught us anything, is to not have a high set of
But
I would argue.
I would love to see Squirrel Girl. I think she'd be real fun.
I don't think she'd be interesting.
I think she could be very interesting. Like I think she'd be kind of like a set play character, like having squirrels and like combos with squirrels. So you have to set the squirrels up, and she'd be like a rush down set play character, kind of like a Bridget or something like that.
BB Hood and Deadpool. That's a team.
I think BB Hood and Gwenpool is a better team. I think their personalities will vibe.
I am.
Granted, Deadpool's personality vibes. Well, he vibes with a lot of people. A lot of people don't vibe with him, which is sort of the whole joke.
Which I think makes him more interesting.
I don't know. I
have a Gwen later in the Gwenpool. I have a Gwen.
I don't think it should be Ghost Spider because that's just too many spiders.
Well, like honestly, can you argue Spider-Man's not like the most important part of Marvel right now?
Oh, it's all the Spider-Man stuff is always the most well-known stuff. But
yeah, I feel like it needs a lot of reps.
We're not that big of a roster, my guy. I don't want to take up that many spaces.
Oh no, but some of them are good. Trust me.
Like, I don't know. I think Squirrel Girl would be more. There's a lot of fans of Squirrel Girl already, and then even more after Rivals coming out. Like,
I realize we're gonna get hit with this, right?
What, for leaving out Deadpool?
Yes.
Yes, I fully know that. I am a Deadpool fan. I've always been a Deadpool fan.
Those watching, this is not my fault. This is not my fault. Not at all.
So you're saying we're putting Squirrel Girl in?
I don't want to. Because I would not play Squirrel Girl. I know this is a fact.
Which is weird, because you play Rush.
Yes, I don't play set play. I just play Rush. I'm the ultraviolet guy. I'm the guy who runs at you with Balrog. That's what I do. I'm the Dudley guy. I'm the insert boxer here guy, apart from Steve Fox. For some reason, I don't like Steve.
Like, I am giving you the
Okay.
final call here, but like,
Oh,
I don't think we need Deadpool again.
I feel like Deadpool could be free DLC.
We've got a lot of people in that slot already, though.
We have two. We have 2 for Marvel and 2 for Capcom.
Sure.
That's 2 seasons. That's fine. Squirrel Girl, you can come in. But,
Okay.
oh, feels bad. Feels bad, brother.
Okay.
All right. Pick 4.
My next couple have a theme. I wonder if you could tell what it is.
Mine do too. It's called Peach Momoko. 3, 2, 1. Go. Gambit's a lot later on my list.
I don't have Iron Man. Straight up, don't have Iron Man.
This is the only of the old Avengers I put roster. No, that's a lie. I put 2 members of the old roster.
I have some variants, but I didn't. I was looking at it and like, I don't want the regular event. Like, the regular Avengers are always some of the most boring characters. The only thing that makes Iron Man interesting is the fact that he has an infinite in 2. Like,
I mean, I think it's the snarkiness and the character that helps. That's for certain.
I think we can get that with other characters on my list.
Like, I've got Gambit coming. Okay, we'll circle back to Iron Man.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I have Gambit later.
Right.
So we'll circle back.
Well, you can come back. Yeah, you can come back when we've done a few more.
Yeah.
So Gambit
Well,
gets in now.
Gambit gets in, which makes it awkward because I put 2 entries next to each other, specifically because of Gambit.
Oh, I also put 2 characters next to each other because of Gambit, so we might have done the same thing.
Okay, tell you what then. Let's reveal 5 in 3, 2, 1. If it's what I think it is, I think we know what's happening. Yep,
Yeah.
cool. So Doom goes in, we talk Rogue later?
Yeah, we'll talk about Rogue later.
Deal.
Yeah, cool.
Deal. Doom needs to be in here.
Doom has to be here.
Like, listen, Maximilian has made it so Doom is synonymous with this franchise, okay?
Like, he already was, but it was like Assist Me only made it.
Like, more.
Yeah.
Like, that's why Wesker should also be in the roster, because of Maximilian.
And Strider, really.
And Jill, honestly, like, there's a lot of returners that could be argued for it. But my god, is Doom the epitome of that.
Yep.
Alright, pick 6. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Not Psy. Specifically Betsy Braddock.
I have Betsy coming up.
Okay. I think I'm okay with Gwenpool's and Psy's coming up.
Yeah, I do have Betsy coming up.
A lot of my Marvel picks are more fantasy. I'm more willing to give some of those up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna bat for Betsy as much as Wesker.
Yes, that's fair.
This is me. Like, I am the residue.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I think I'm okay letting Gwenpool in, because Gwenpool, BB Hood.
Gwenpool BB Hood would be a hell of a team. And I think that would be, like, you could mix between, like, being able to zone and rush. Like, that would be a real flexible team.
Okay, one condition, though. No Jeff.
I think Jeff would just be a super, and that's it. And that's if I'm including him at all.
Because fuck Jeff, okay?
Yeah, I would literally just, like, he pops up on the ground and just takes up the whole screen, and then...
How jaded are we with Jeff in Marvel Rivals?
Slightly. More than I would want to
Slightly?
be. More than I would...
Slightly.
Slightly more than I would like to be for Jeff, because I
wish
love
we
Jeff, but...
recorded it. I wish we recorded. We wanted to slit his throat. 'Cause genuinely, that is enough for an hour. Without cuts. Genuinely.
So, pick 7?
Jeff, no. Yeah, I think you'll like my pick 7.
I think you'll like my pick 7.
If we pick this, well, I mean, it's not the same character then. 3, 2, 1, go.
You put Robbie in. You put Robbie. Okay, yeah, hell yeah. I'll like if you've got Ultron later, I'll take Robbie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got Ultron later. Ultron's like the only character I would bat for, but I put him later because I felt as though if I put him later, I'm more likely to get him in.
Yeah, no, I had Ultron on my list. I think honestly Ultron takes my Iron Man slot basically, but I'll take Robbie.
Like, you know, I prefer Johnny.
Yes.
But if I'm doing Laura Kinney, I can't then argue against Robbie.
Yeah. It, like, honestly, we have a New Blood theme, and that's really good for later in my list.
Like, as soon as I picked Ghost Rider, I'm like, yeah, I know that you're gonna love this one.
Yeah,
this one is guaranteed.
The Midnight Suns made me fall in love with Robbie so much.
I feel like Robbie made people fall in love with Robbie. I don't like Robbie. I appreciate his existence.
From what I understand, the comics, or every comic he in, keeps getting cancelled, so he's kind of keeps getting put into limbo.
Like, no, like, his initial run's really good. It's just that I love the grittiness of Johnny. I just do. Also, I will always appreciate Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage should play Johnny, should never play the guy.
Yes. I would love both though, because there is a Robbie in like a Shield show, I think.
Yeah, like there is the chance.
But I'd love to see both of them together. That would be great.
All right, pick 8. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
My Captain America pick.
He's on my list a lot later.
Okay,
A lot later.
I have a lot of picks later that I think would be so interesting, but I am not committed to, so I will take Loki.
That's fine. I just thought we had to do Loki, right? He hasn't made a single time appearance.
I think making a trickster character in fighting games is really difficult, but if it's done well, they can be some of the most like fun to play.
Well, I'm thinking he can also just throw knives as well, because he does do that.
Oh yeah, he'll have like throwing knives and magic and stuff, but I also think there'll be some like sort of like Faust scarecrows where he puts multiple copies and he teleports to one, but like depending on what input you do, depends on which he teleports to, but it always looks the same.
That's fair. Like
yeah.
I just thought Loki would be fun. I wouldn't play him, but like I can't like forget that playstyle exists.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Grapplers we can, because again, faster pace, you don't go with a grappler.
I do have a couple characters. I do have a few characters coming up that could fill the grappler role. So.
Alright, well, my pick number 9. Honestly, surprised they haven't put this character in before. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Jubilation Lee.
Jubilee comes up later, and I did tell you I told you Betsy Braddock is in my list.
Yeah, I'm okay with Betsy because we can come back to.
And yeah, I continue to say she has been Captain Britain for ages now, and we need that representation.
Well, yes, but I would specifically want it to be Psylocke and then have Captain Britain on the skin.
No, I would want it to be the other way around, just because
okay. So here's the argument there, right? We've been afflicted with Captain America for so long, right?
Yes, which is why we need to like force people to have. Yeah,
we need to be better. We don't fall for the same shit. We are better than that. We do not force Britain down their throats again.
But like, people don't know Captain Britain exists, and I feel
they
like
do,
this.
They just don't care.
I feel like now is a good opportunity to put her in. I don't know. As long as it's not the Quanon version of Psy is my main thing, but like, yeah. I would personally put it in as Captain Britain, but I have got her down as Betsy Braddock. I imagine you have it down as Betsy as well. So.
Oh no, the art is specifically Betsy Braddock. I specifically went to.
So whether it comes out as being Psy or Captain Britain being the main one, I think we don't care too much about. It's the fact that it's Betsy.
No, I do care. Psylocke should not be Psy. Let it be Betsy.
Oh no, that's what I mean. It's like I don't care if it's a Psylocke or if it's a Captain Britain. The point is it's Betsy. Yeah, so
that's
like
the point.
For the roster, I will be putting her down as Betsy. So if you're wondering why I did that visually, there you go.
Yes. I guess we use the Peach Momoko art for it, though, because it's pretty.
It won here, so I'm using this art, because I don't want to complicate myself.
That's fair. Alright, are you ready for pick 10?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I have Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as one character.
Couldn't give less of a shit about your character.
I do have Carnage later as well, so I'm okay with taking Carnage here.
Carnage here would be more preferable than Girl, I'll be honest.
I just thought it would be fun to have, like, almost as a puppet fighter, because, like, I am having both Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as one character, but yeah, I'm fine taking Carnage here.
Yeah, I just think Venom's not in my list. I just want to put that out there.
Yes, same. I think I have other characters to take the bigger person role, so I don't need the Venom.
Again, thank you, modded Mob vs. Capcom 3 for putting in Carnage. I appreciate you. Alright, are we ready for pick 11?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is where I get Jubilee, and as I said, I don't have any of the standard Avengers because I find them boring in fighting games.
So there was only 2 standard Avengers to me, Iron Man, because I don't want to argue for Jane Foster. I just think Jane Foster's not an interesting character.
Not really, no, but honestly, Thor for me is the most sacrificial of all of them, because he never plays well. And I say that as someone who enjoys playing him in 3. He's still clunky as shit to play.
So let me offer my one reason I put 4 in this. It's not because I want 4. It's because I want Beta Ray Bill, but I can't justify Beta Ray Bill.
I had a
Not
feeling.
here.
I had a feeling that was gonna be it. I just
Of
raised
course
you.
it's me.
I just raised you Jubilee again. Like,
However, I'm okay with Jubilee. I just want to put this into the universe. Hi, Arc System. You like making weird-looking characters. You made one that's a bed. You can make one look like a horse alien. Okay? Just for me, this one time. Give Beta the chance, man. This character is so well written, and yet he doesn't get anything.
could have fucking the ship being like a super. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and also, like, can I remind you, he's dating Lady Sif. Man's got Riz. Man deserves a time with the sun. Right, pick 12.
Pick 12.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I can give less of a shit about Star-Lord.
I do have
Couldn't
Sentry later.
I'm
I'm willing to take Sentry now, and then we can come. I will come back to like Star-Lord or
more than happy accepting
Yeah.
that compromise.
because
I'll be honest.
I rather
Not
set
the
I
guy who's-
rather set Sentry in stone now. Sentry is my Phoenix swap out because I'm giving him the he dies. He dies at max health. He becomes the Void.
Exactly the mechanic I want
Yeah,
as well.
he is our Phoenix for this game.
Also, let's be real, we didn't think he'd ever show up in the MCU. The fact that he did means he's got new eyes, new fan base, it makes sense to bring him in.
Yep.
Alright, pick 13. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I had to. Oh
I
no.
also had. Well, this is awkward. These are our 2 children.
Yeah, Nova is the one character that I was gonna be like, this is the returner I want. This is the one that I play, so I have like bias.
You know how you made the Jada argument?
But they could.
Yeah, Ultron's mine for the same reason.
Yeah.
Only shows up in Infinite, and he's good at Infinite. Wrong. But my God, does he deserve a chance to just be good?
But while we're on the
Not
topic, because
fantastic.
I'm going to make an assumption. Yes, we know Captain Marvel was also in that game, and she could still rot in that hell.
We don't like Captain Marvel in this channel.
Yeah.
I specifically don't because they overpower her in the shows and the movies.
And I don't
She
because
is
she has a
shit by Hulk.
terrible protagonist complex. She thinks she's right, and she always thinks she's going to solve every problem.
Something Civil War 2.
Oh yeah, she's also always wrong about that fact.
Yeah, Civil War 2 is like, okay, for those who debate Captain Marvel's correct, you're an idiot, you're wrong. Literally wrong. It was by Iron Man.
Yeah,
They literally proved that it was not guaranteed a chance.
I think mechanically, I'm fine putting Ultron in because there will be similar stuff in Ultron to Nova,
Yeah, these 2 characters have like very similar ideas.
and again, I don't just because there's some characters that I think we've left out that need some like reflective thing to it. I think Ultron goes here.
That's fair. I have one condition for the roster page though. Use the art you posted, because you know I like that art.
Okay. Yeah,
That is-
I found a
that
clean
is
version of
God.
that art, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's being that one.
Yeah, that was basically me going, yeah, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Cool.
Like, I struggled to find a Peach Maroka one. That comes from a trading card. It was the only card artwork I could not find, legitimately outside of a trading card.
Fair enough.
It was annoying. It annoyed me significantly.
14.
So I'm more than happy with one. Yep, just give me a second to get it up. I feel like I'm not winning this one, but I'm not too fussed about this one.
I don't know, actually. We'll have-
3, 2, 1, fire.
yeah,
Oh, we already had Sentry.
we already had the Sentry, but we don't need 2. I mean, I would love to have 2 Gwens. I found 2 versions of Gwen in a wrestling game and put them together as a team, but
Yeah.
so what? This would be me circling back to Star-Lord.
So, yeah, this be you coming back to Star-Lord. My argument is I want Venom stuff to make it more unique, to make it like a half and half between Spider-Man and Carnage.
I would argue Gwenom, yeah.
Like, I feel like, again, modded Marvel vs. Capcom 3 make me feel like it's a great idea, but Gwenom is an interesting concept.
Like,
and it's cool.
if we're saying we're putting her down as Gwenom, I'm here
Oh,
for it.
100%.
Okay.
Oh, 100% Gwenom. Like,
Because if
Gwenum is
it's just
fantastic.
Gwen, I don't think it's interesting. But if we're putting it down as Gwenum, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, I'm down for including Gwenum in part of the moveset. Like, I genuinely love Gwenum. In the modded NPC, I play Spider-Gwen as Gwenum, so...
That's fair.
Yeah. Alright. Pick 15.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I've already done Carnage, and I am more than happy to put Null in. Null was in my long list. Did not make it to my list. I am...
Well, this worked out freaking perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah, I am more than happy to put Null in.
Listen, we need a playable boss character. That's all I'm saying.
So, yeah, I guess this is a good point to mention the idea I had for a boss that I ended up scrapping.
Mm-hmm.
The character I was going to include was going to be Mr. Sinister, and I was going to have the big boss be Enigma.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
But I was like, I can't think of an original moveset that makes Mr. Sinister stand out, so I scrapped that idea.
That is very fair. I just think, like, I think Null's a little overused, but, like, legitimately, can I argue he's popular? Like, one of the best modern written characters?
I mean, he is, of Marvel and DC's daddy death metals, he's definitely the better of the two.
And there's been some decent ones, though.
Like,
I will say, like,
take that
I
over the
like
marsupial boy that does the chuckling.
I do like the Batman at Labs, but I do think he got worse over time.
Yes, because
I
they really did just make him the Batman with guns, which is not what he's supposed to be.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they also did a regular Batman with guns. That one was actually cool. But that's an argument for a different day. Null, you're in the thing. Congratulations.
Okay, so now we get to an interesting point in my my logic, and I will explain each one as we get to it.
So my pick 16 is because he should have been in a different Marvel fighting game, but he wasn't.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. I will let you argue for Wiccan first.
So I realized I hadn't covered the magic side really of Marvel.
Same.
Which
I
is
still have it.
Yeah, which is something that they did bring up in that builder roster. They put Scarlet Witch, and I'm like, no, I don't want Scarlet Witch. And then I thought, well, what about Wiccan?
Why do I feel like I know your next character?
You might know my next two characters.
Oh no, I know who your next two are, which is going to suck for you.
Yeah, I know which one I'm going to try and push the hardest for, and it's not this one. So,
Okay.
I would love to see Wiccan, just because, again, I love magic characters. I did like playing Strange, but I did not want to... I was trying not to put, like, that sort of direct returning characters in, so...
There. So, my argument for Punisher is entirely because of my childhood.
Fair.
So, as a child, I played Marvel Nemesis Ride Perfects. The Punisher is killed off screen. The Punisher, the guy who kills people, was not included in the Marvel game where the heroes kill each other. Legitimate missed opportunity. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I also didn't have any street level characters. And like the street level characters are actually quite interesting. So I was like, who is I think the poster child?
Like
The
Spider-Man, the Spider-Man I think count as street level as well. But
They
like...
face cosmic threats now.
So does the Punisher.
Not as much.
Like, he was a fucking Frankenstein at one point.
Like, I think my other argument was him and Nero would have some interesting dialogue.
Yeah, I could see that. But, like, that's sort of where I get into... So I did think about the Punisher, and why I ended up leaving him out is, like, okay, but he's just going to be, like, a little bit of Leon, a little bit of Nero, a little bit... Like, he's just going to be... He's going to... Yeah, like, he's going to be echoing a lot of what's already in the game.
I mean, I think the way it turned out, he isn't, though.
I know, we still got Gwen, we still got Nero, like...
Yeah, but, like, okay, yeah, true. But, like, I don't know. I think the Punisher could come in DLC. I'm happy with Wiccan.
Yeah, we'll take Wiccan.
We'll take Wiccan because we need some comic-known characters. I'm not counting the show where he shows up that isn't Wiccan.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyway, so it doesn't count. But I say, I'm not too fussed by my last 5 entries. My 20th, I'm definitely is a me pick, but yeah. You're gonna struggle on the next one.
The next one's the one I'm not trying to get in, if I'm honest.
Okay, cool. In that case, I think this is an auto. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, I put his brother in, so... No, we're putting Rogan.
No.
Yeah.
We're putting Rogue.
Literally, it was just like, I put his brother in. I should at least put him on the list. No, yeah, we're putting Rogan.
And honestly, as soon as you put Gambit, I was like, well, both did the same thing, didn't
Yep.
we?
Both did the same thing at some point.
Yeah, we did the same thing, which means my 18th is...
Yeah, which is fine for me, because I think you know what my 18th is.
Yeah. Is it Hulkling?
It's Hulkling!
Is it Emperor Hulkling?
It's Emperor Hulkling. We're gonna go gay Space Kings, hell yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Go for it.
Now, I would look, but can we imagine, 2v2, special dialogue, Wiccan and Hulkling against Rogue and Gambit as, the two couples? It writes itself, kinda. That would be great. I'd love it so much.
Honestly, Leon and Ada...
Yes, as another, but I think we've established Ada's gonna be DLC, but yeah.
Yeah, but that will happen as dialogue. Come on.
There's a lot of potential in, all of those, of just, so much, adding couples in these games are always great, and Hulkling, the other reason why I added Hulkling is because I don't have any big character, Sentry maybe could be a bigger character, but, I figured Hulkling fills both the Hulk and the Super Skrull role, which, considering the roster is slightly smaller than Marvel 3, is a good way of cutting things down.
I mean, Null also could be the big body.
Yes.
Null is
in the result we've gotten, yeah, but I Null didn't make it out of my long list, unfortunately.
Right.
But so I'm glad he got into that.
Pick 19. I think you'll be circling back, buddy.
No, we.
Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, pick 19.
This is you circling back.
Iron Man. Oh god, the X.
Yeah, I put Emma Frost because I agree with the builder roster.
Yeah,
she's a stance change character.
I agree with it. I'm okay with it.
I think that firmly puts Sam in DLC though.
But I think that's fine.
But yeah, I think Emma being in base roster.
I mean, Winter Soldier was DLC.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, speaking of characters that were DLC, my 20th pick is the most me pick ever.
Mine's just stupid.
Oh, in that case, I think I'm doing pretty good. Then,
there's a reason for it, but
there's a reason for mine too.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, no, that is a you pick.
That is a very me pick.
Do you want to give people the context of that one?
Yes. So, I have said this for years, and I stand by it. Black Widow is boring. Black Widow is by far the character that has the least character progression out of all the Avengers. She's recently gained a symbiote called Sliver, and Sliver and Black Widow have been, in comics to me, the most interesting character development. It has given some instinct for Black Widow to be protective. It has given Sliver the ability to act almost on itself, but as this sort of tool that helps elevate both people. And out of every symbiote combination, it has become one of my top 3 of all time. Legitimately, the run in the comics is that good that I highly recommend people seek it out, because it's genuinely one of the best parts of Marvel right now. And I will die on that hill. Especially if I'm facing fucking Nimrod.
So yeah, Nimrod was, I haven't got that many big bodies. I don't have Sentry yet. I don't want to just do the same thing again. Nimrod, I guess.
Nimrod is... Someone's been playing Marvel Staff recent virus.
It's not even that. It's fully just it's a Sentry it's a better Sentry, so it fits the theme I was doing of it's the character but different. But especially as we have Null being our villain, I think Sliver fits better.
I like Sliver.
And I'm not desperate for big bodies, and as we said, Null can be the big body as well. So
this also adds someone to interact with.
Yeah, so we've got Slither, we've got Gwenom, we've got
Carnage.
There's stuff to build around there, and I think it's not too spider heavy, but it's definitely they're there. So for the quick run over for DLC, then I think Sam is probably Sam Wilson, Captain America being the new DLC character.
100%.
Yeah. Then I guess at this point, I don't even know if we need Spider-Man. I think we have enough Spider-Man reps. So argument that we put Deadpool as the free returning one.
I'm fine with that.
And third.
I feel like Deadpool as the free one would be funny.
Yeah.
Because you make him the bonus DLC on day 1, free download. So you make the cover to Deadpool just pokes his head out.
just like a month later, like not even a long time after. I don't. Did we have any like strong contenders for a third for Marvel?
Honestly, no.
No.
I think Jubilee's an argument.
I thought did we not put Jubilee in?
Oh no, Star-Lord was the one that we...
Yes, Star-Lord was the one. I could see Star-Lord being, like, people would definitely pay for Star-Lord, so I would be okay with that, but...
I don't like Star-Lord, but, like, I can't disagree that the Punisher would kind of be redundant. But again, Star-Lord's also kind of redundant, you know, his guns.
I mean, maybe I press for this is where I press for Nova, like...
But wasn't Nova DLC already?
No, he won't. Like, Nova was in the base game for Infinite and for 3, so...
Oh, I thought it was actually part of the Ultimate.
Yeah, like, Ultimate, sure, but Ultimate isn't DLC,
I mean, it was, though. You could upgrade from the regular to Ultimate.
It was an expansion, it wasn't a DLC. Like, because Ultimate had 2 DLC characters, which was Shumagaroth and Jill.
But we don't talk about that, Jill. As much as I like playing that Jill, we do not talk about
So that is the more fun Jill. So, like, I think we do we want to leave it at the 2 characters, or do we want a third? Because we need to pick now before we go back to Capcom.
We need a third.
Okay.
So the free one is Deadpool, and then we bring back Star-Lord for his debut.
No, we agreed. We agreed on Sam Wilson, Captain America. We agreed on
Sam Wilson, Star-Lord,
Deadpool.
I guess.
I think it's between Star-Lord and Nova, and I think I would rather another new character.
Yeah, I think I'd want a new character as well. I think Nova's had his time. And again, we cut stuff like Virgil, so I feel like, you know, the MVC free meta itself without trying to explode.
So then, going back to the DLC side of Capcom, we said Ada as one of the paid ones.
Yeah, Morrigan is the free.
So our third
newcomer.
I think the third one can be either. I would be okay with Dimitrescu, but that's then 2 Resident Evil DLC characters.
But like Resi is like one of the biggest franchises.
I would argue but I'd argue it should be. I would say it should be I would say it's a Devil May Cry character, but I think the only one we have is Virgil. So
yeah, that's the problem.
Same as I would say it's a Street Fighter one, but I think the only Street Fighter character we have spare are Alex and Ken.
No, Ryu.
Oh, Ryu. Did we settle on Ken? I can't remember.
No, we settled on Ryu. Sorry, we settled on Ryu.
Yeah.
Because like we can cut Chun-Li because Chun-Li is taking a backseat to Jury, but no one is really taking a backseat.
But I think people would be disappointed as Ken as a DLC, and as much. But the thing is, Alex has become the eternal DLC character.
Yeah, true. Dante hasn't picked yet.
No, because I think we put Dante in the second time, didn't we?
Yeah, we came back for Dante. Yeah, we came back. We came back on him. Cody?
It was Cody. No, because it was Cody Firebrand, so Cody went in.
Yeah, true. Damn it. Beautiful would be returning.
I mean, again,
do we do the rival schools rep? Joke.
I mean, I think a lot of people would appreciate a rival schools rep. I don't know if we pick that one though. Is the problem?
Yeah, I mean, we could do a different style of Frank West. We could do the moveset.
Yeah, I don't hate returning Frank West, actually, as the last DLC character.
I feel like...
People would love that, and I can imagine the, trailer of, that and, Frank West coming back in a trailer, and he's just, because, Frank West, our 2 paid one is would be then Frank West and Ada, and, I've already forgotten who we said for Marvel. Star-Lord and... we're really good at this. Jesus.
Star-Lord and...
Sam Wilson. I can see them all, the trailer is all of them just in a mall, fighting zombies and aliens. That trailer writes itself, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like the trailer does make it work. I feel like Frank's the one recording it, and then Deadpool just shows up and just photobombs.
Well, because I think the free ones we release before we even have the trailer for the paid ones.
Oh yeah, true, but you can still include them in the trailer.
True. Although I don't working Morrigan in there is going to be a bit harder, but yeah.
I mean, there's the Frank West skin with Morrigan's outfit. He has worn it.
Fair.
So there's ways of doing it.
But
even if you do it there is a destroyed party wear store and there's just 2 mannequins and it's just Deadpool and Morrigan. It's like a little cameo.
Yeah. So that's 46 characters as a roster.
Also, the idea of Morrigan flirting with Deadpool having the big heart eyes would be quite funny.
I feel like Deadpool would know a thing or two about succubi.
Considering he once dated the daughter of Dracula, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we've come up with a decent roster here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe some people would argue for like I would love obviously to for my accustomed like comments are the best form of engagement if you ask me thing. I would be asking like who would you include, but that's kind of too open of a question. So just like is there any of the like I don't know one-on-ones you thought we ended up picking the wrong side of? That would be an interesting question to give to the audience.
Does it end up being that Squirrel Girl becomes DLC and Deadpool main roster, for instance?
Did y'all... where are there some like major Nimrod fans that were like, who the fuck is this girl? And give me my big giant robot. Like,
or is there any Alpha Sliver fans? Please say Sliver fans. Please, I beg. I can't be the only one. I literally cannot be the only one. It is impossible, statistically.
Statistically, it is unlikely.
Like, there's Black Widow fans. Surely.
Yes, but how many of those do you think actually know about Slither?
Honestly, I would imagine a few. Like if a lot of people got like Iron Man suit, Slither symbiotes, and I feel like most of those fans know it. Like, I didn't know Iron Cat, but I'm pretty certain people know Iron Cat.
Yeah, that brings us towards the end. I've already done a bit of interaction, but I will do the thing I always do, which is ask for suggestions, both for this series and in general, because I assume there'll be some people who haven't been watching the content we've been making, that are watching this as our first thing, and there'll be some people that have been watching the content that we're making that probably won't be interested in this, and that's fine. We just make content that's interesting to us, so...
Yeah, and we like Marvel vs. Capcom, so...
We might do a, like, Shonen Jump crossover game for this series as well, just to really meld our things over, but... I'll have to think about how we format that, because I feel like by default every series we put in is going to have its protagonist, which I don't know how I feel about it. I'll think about it.
And I don't know a lot of the Shonen Jumps because I don't tend to watch Shonen Jump animes.
Yeah, so that might not be a thing we do, but it might be. I don't know. The one I suggested and the one that I think I'm going to push for us to do is just Disney in general, like a big Disney crossover, because I have some ideas, and I have had some ideas, and I want to put them somewhere. So,
but we still need to work out one thing, and if it does happen, perhaps we ask now: should it be a tag fighter, or should it be whatever the idea you want?
No, mine was the tag fighter. You said platform fighter.
Oh yeah, I said platform fighter. Should it be Smash Bros or NPC freestyle?
Yeah, I both of the two ideas I have will work either way, but they are designed like in my head they're designed for a tag fighter. But
I just think platform makes more sense, more fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's less competitive, but I don't know. I'm already trying to pick. I did try and pick a more simple style, and especially with a lot of games having like options to have a dedicated special buttons instead of doing inputs, I think you can get away with it.
Yeah. It depends. We'd have to see.
But that'll be a future video. I imagine the next video we do will be another of the anime guessing ones, just because.
Well.
Yeah, they do. Well, that's part of it. Yeah. I don't know. Is there like I will have just had the like finished roster on the screen the whole time we've done the outro, so it's there. Tell us what you think, and all the other pieces of interaction I have given, because got like the other reason I like comments is because I can. I get things from comments. You can give me like ideas from comments, and I can also respond to comments. There's a back and forth there, which is preferable. So unless you have anything to add,
I do not.
That'll be us for this video, and we will see you whatever the next thing is. Ta-ra.
Take care.